Okay, so when we were at Sam's Club, I went ahead and grabbed this big box of brownies. So I'm just going to make a pack. Jarvis is going to help me. He is doing way more. Pardon my dog crying in the back. He's mad. He has to wait to go on his walk. Anyways, Jarvis decided he was going to help me. So right now I am just buttering my bacon dish, getting it ready to pour the brownies in it. Yeah, that is me being extra thorough with the buttering because sometimes I just get in the zone when I do things, random things. Anyways, these are really good, just like better than, not quite as good as the Ghirardelli, but these are delicious brownies. So anyways, it just calls for 1 pack of brownie mix, 2 eggs, I believe 2 tablespoons of water, and a half a cup of oil. So I think you'll see Jarvis coming in a minute, and he asks if he can help me, and I tell him that it's fine. And he starts whisking everything up. But I made these because the very next day is Jarvis's birthday. I don't like s'mores, and that's what he requested for his birthday. I used to eat them all the time as a kid. Now I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't know what it is. So I made brownies so that I would have a leftover brownie from tonight's dessert to eat for his birthday, which is fine because he ate my s'more and he was excited to get more s'mores. But anyway, so I was just explaining to him, you need to mix and then kind of tap the whisk so that way, and he's right-handed, I'm left-handed. So every time I do something, he has to turn it around for himself. But I was telling him, you need to whisk it and then tap it so that you can make sure there's no dry spots. And that's what he did. He was whisking with me. I told him next time we make brownies, I'm going to give him the box and he's going to pull everything out and make them all by himself. I will just make sure he follows the directions properly. He's learning how to do more and more things without my help in the kitchen. And since he does enjoy brownies, I told him that he watches me do it this time. Next time he's got to do it on his own. He did the same thing with eggs and everything else. So everything right now is kind of like a home ec learning experience for my oldest in our homeschool. So every time I make something, I have him help me so that way he can watch and learn and grasp the concept of doing it when it's his turn to learn how to do it. So now I've just poured the brownie batter into our baking dish, and I put them in a square baking dish so that they're thicker, like fudgy brownies. I have done them in a bigger baking dish and they're like a little thinner and like kind of chewy, which I also really like, but I really have been enjoying the fudgy style brownies. So 325 is where my oven is set to per the box instructions, and it goes in for about 50 minutes if I'm not mistaken. And that's, again, you don't hear me, but that's what I was explaining to Jarvis. And look how good they look. That's all that was left. Delicious. And that's what I was showing you guys. That's all that was left after making them. See how fudgy they look? Superb. Definitely a favorite. So if you're not getting Ghirardelli or you're not making them from scratch, these Hershey ones are good. Don't forget to check my description box for all my links.